Hello, this is Soundout here, back with another Marvel Legends Spider-Man review. Never thought I'd be saying that anytime soon. Today we'll be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Amazing Spider-Man 2 Wave Skyline Sirens Spider-Girl figure. Hello everybody, we're back with another Marvel Legends review. In fact, I wasn't ever planning to do another one when I finished Spider-Man Week. But since Spider-Man Week, I have seen The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and I loved it. I thought it was a great movie. And I've started getting into Spider-Man comics just a little bit. And this isn't even all of them. And I've started reading Superior Spider-Man, and I love the idea and concept of the book, and the book itself is really great, and I would highly recommend it. Ignore my previous comments in the Superior Spider-Man review where I thought the idea was kind of weird. Because it is, but it works. So we're looking at another Marvel Legends figure, as I was able to find Spider-Girl. This does make me want to track down Boomerang and Carnage now. But this was, of course, the variant to Black Cat in this wave, and it is the more common one, but I've never seen one before, and I was out looking at Toys R Us, and I was like, hey, there's a Spider-Girl, I should get Spider-Girl. So I'm going to get Spider-Girl. The packaging is exactly the same as Black Cat. Like, I'm not even kidding, it's exactly the same aside from the contents. It shows Black Cat on the back, and all that. Now, I have reviewed all these figures, except for Carnage and Boomerang, because I don't have them. I think Boomerang's going to be easier to find than Carnage. But overall, really cool. I'm glad I found a Spider-Girl, so, well, without further ado, let's take a look at Spider-Girl. If she could stand up, because her box is kind of warped. Alright, so here we have Spider-Girl. Now, as far as I can tell, from the knowledge of Spider-Man universe that I'm still learning, probably going to pronounce this name wrong, this is the Anya Corazon Spider-Girl. Hope I said that right. That's what the Marvel Wiki was telling me. When I looked up Spider-Girl to find this costume. I don't know much about her. She appeared in 2004, which would be right after my Spider-Man Encyclopedia came out. And she seems like a really cool character. I eventually will probably read comics that involve her. But Spider-Girl has very similar powers to Peter Parker as Spider-Man. And her costume design is really cool. Kind of look like Venom, almost. Overall, the figure is pretty neat. It isn't just a straight remold of Black Cat. Practically nothing on these figures are the same. She got the new head sculpt with the ponytail. It looks really nice. The mask is done really well. The paint is applied nicely. There is a little bit on her nose. I don't think it's supposed to be there. And on her chest as well, there is a little bit of paint scratch right in the middle. But nothing you can do about that. But overall, she's got a very standard body type. It's a female body mold. And it works really well. I like it a lot better than Black Cat's, mostly because her feet are flat instead of on heels. But that's per her design. So overall, really cool, and the paint apps are really sharp, but really neat design too. For articulation, she's got a ball joint neck. She's got the forward and back neck articulation, which is more than Black Cat ever had. She's got outward shoulder movement, 360 shoulder movement, elbow joints that are really ratcheted and kind of tight, bicep rotation at the elbow. She's got a wrist swivel. She's got wrist pivots here. She's got one fist and one kind of open spider slinging hand. She's got upper ab articulation. It's just a straight term with some slight ball jointedness to it. Her legs here, mine on this joint, it feels a little weird and kind of stuck. So I'll demonstrate on this one, but she does have universal hips. They don't go back very far. She's got a thigh swivel here. It's really gummy on this side and doesn't really turn. I'm just not going to force it. She's got double joint knees that feel really tight too. It's also New Mexico, so everything is warmer here. Her boot rotation works really well. And then she's got the standard forward and back and tilting ankles. So really cool. The articulation is really useful, and getting her posed is really easy compared to, say, Black Cat, who is a balancing act constantly of trying to get things to go. But I have noticed there's some quality control issues with some of her joints, and they don't feel as strong as they should be. But in the end, she can pose very, very nicely if you get it nicely balanced. And this ankle joint does not want to turn. It's kind of stuck too. So there is Spider-Girl. Now, there's not really much else I can say about the figure. It is a really nice figure, and I don't have an emotional attachment to the characters. I've not read anything with her in it, but like I said, I'm working my way back through Spider-Man history. And her balance is not as good as I thought it'd be. And that may just be with the way the figure's designed, or maybe the arm pose could change up a bit and fix this problems. There we go. So there's Spider-Girl. A really neat figure. In terms of action figures, straight-up action figures, she's really solid. Aside from the few quality control issues, but we did notice some of those with Amazing Spider-Man and Beetle. There were some sloppiness in the quality control. Now, the question comes down to it. She is definitely easier to find than Black Cat. Now, is she better than Black Cat? Well, here's the thing. Black Cat, I don't think, is a better figure. She has restricted neck articulation. I'm just going to hold her because she's going to keep falling. She can't stand very well. I mean, Spider-Girl's not too much better, but at least Spider-Girl can stand, while Black Cat has so many issues with her leg articulation and her ankles. And Black Cat is harder to find. So the question does come down to it. If you're wanting to get the Goblin torso, which now I have an extra, but I may already have someone interested in it, the question comes down to, if you want the Goblin torso, I'd go for Spider-Girl. She's actually a really solid figure. But I would not pass on Black Cat, because Black Cat is really nice. It's a great representation of the character that just has this issue of her ankles are designed horribly. The design on them are terrible. And so she can't stand very well. But Black Cat is a really nice figure, like I talked about in my review. But overall, Spider-Girl is quite great, and if she is the only only torso figure that you can find of the Skyline Sirens, I would say go for it. She is quite good. A few minor quality control issues, but nothing that we haven't seen on Superior Spider-Man or Amazing Spider-Man. But overall, I definitely recommend her. She's pretty cool. Now, I found mine at Toys R Us, but you can get them through online retailers. I believe the revision wave that has Toxin and Spider-Girl and Boomerang is a lot more common than the first version wave with Beetle and Carnage and Black Cat. And it's worth it to get the torso to complete Ultimate Green Goblin here, because he's just cool. So overall, I definitely recommend Spider-Girl and the rest of the wave. And stay tuned for more Spider-Man reviews, because I actually bought another Spider-Man figure and plan to buy a few more, as I am going to a comic book convention at the end of the month. And that's just going to, hopefully, have me with a lot of Marvel Legends Spider-Man figures, and maybe some Marvel Selects. So stay tuned for more Spider-Man reviews, as they will be coming in the future. And be sure to check out HeroTaku.com for all your Spider-Man news and more, and discuss Spider-Man at HeroTaku.com/forums. Thanks to Soundout saying goodbye.